Welcome to the Occult Knowledge Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Carter. As the sun sets on the Bohemian Grove, nestled deep in the heart of the Redwood forest in California, a hush falls over the exclusive and secretive gathering. This is no ordinary retreat. The attendees are a veritable who's who of the American elite: politicians, business tycoons, artists, and musicians. Even former U.S. presidents have reportedly participated in the clandestine meetings that occur here. One might imagine this retreat to be filled with rounds of golf, discussions on global politics, or perhaps performing arts. However, the actual practices of the Bohemian Grove are steeped in mystery, with claims of bizarre rituals, ancient pagan ceremonies, and grand theatrical performances. One of the most infamous rituals alleged to occur at the Bohemian Grove is the cremation of care. This theatrical performance, carried out under the cloak of night, is said to involve a procession of hooded figures, enacting a symbolic sacrifice to a massive stone owl, allegedly representing the ancient deity Moloch. The ritual is purportedly designed to banish the cares of the world, allowing the participants to enjoy their retreat unhindered by the weight of their responsibilities. While these reports remain unverified, it is clear that the Grove has always been shrouded in a sense of otherworldly mystique. The Grove's motto, "Weaving spiders, come not here," taken from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, suggests a desire to escape from the web of worldly affairs, and perhaps hinting at a deeper, more esoteric meaning. The existence of the Owl Shrine, a 40-foot concrete monument of an owl, is well documented. Some believe the owl represents wisdom and vigilance, while others tie it to the aforementioned deity Moloch, associated with child sacrifice in ancient Canaanite culture. The latter interpretation has fueled a number of conspiracy theories regarding the Grove's rituals and their potential influence on wider society. In addition, the annual Lakeside Talks, where members disclose information and discuss topics they wouldn't elsewhere, further fuels the speculation. These talks, shrouded in secrecy, are said to have had significant influence on American policy and global events. However, despite the cloud of mystery that surrounds Bohemian Grove, one thing remains clear. These rituals, whether innocuous or sinister, are a testament to the enduring power of tradition, secrecy, and the human fascination with the unknown. As we delve further into the shadowy world of Bohemian Grove, we uncover a narrative that blurs the line between the mundane and the mystical, between fact and fiction. And in this blurred line, we find a tantalizing glimpse into the hidden corners of power and ritual. To understand the rituals and practices at Bohemian Grove, it's necessary to delve into the historical and cultural context in which they originated. The Bohemian Club, the organization behind these gatherings, was founded in San Francisco in 1872 by a group of journalists, artists, and musicians. The club's name was inspired by the Bohemian lifestyle, which was associated with nonconformity, free thinking, and a love for the arts. The club's symbol, the owl, is a traditional emblem of wisdom that dates back to ancient Greece. The annual gatherings in the Bohemian Grove began in 1878 as a private summer retreat for club members who sought an escape from the pressures of city life. Over time, the event evolved and expanded, attracting a host of powerful figures, from captains of industry to high-ranking politicians. This transformation from a retreat for artists to a meeting place for the global elite is reflective of the changing societal dynamics of late 19th and early 20th centuries, a period marked by rapid industrialization, wealth accumulation, and the rise of global power structures. Parallel to these developments, there was a resurgence of interest in the occult and spiritualism during this period. Occultism, the belief in hidden or secret knowledge, and spiritualism, which involved communication with the spirit world, were part of a broader cultural reaction against the rationalism and materialism of the era. The rituals at Bohemian Grove can be seen as a manifestation of this cultural trend, combining elements of pagan and occult practices with theatrical performances and symbolic rituals. The cremation of care ritual, for instance, has strong elements of ancient pagan rites. The symbolic sacrifice, the procession of hooded figures, and the presence of the owl deity all hint at an engagement with ancient and mystical traditions. These rituals serve a dual purpose. They offer an artistic performance steeped in mystery and symbolism, and they provide a form of catharsis for the participants, allowing them to shed their worldly concerns and immerse themselves in the timeless, mystical realm of the grove. The secrecy surrounding these rituals and the club's activities lends an additional layer of intrigue. In a society that prizes transparency and public accountability, Bohemian Grove stands as a stark counterpoint, a place where powerful figures can retreat from public scrutiny and partake in rituals steeped in mysticism and secrecy. This paradoxical combination of power, secrecy, and mysticism is part of what makes Bohemian Grove a subject of enduring fascination and speculation. The Bohemian Grove gatherings have attracted numerous influential figures, from presidents to business magnates over the years. Some of the most notable attendees include former U.S. Presidents Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan, both of whom were members of the Bohemian Club prior to their presidencies. Other notable attendees include the legendary businessman and philanthropist David Rockefeller and media mogul Rupert Murdoch. The association of such powerful figures with Bohemian Grove has given rise to speculations about the influence of secret societies on global politics and economics. The Bilderberg Group, a secretive annual conference of approximately 130 to 140 invited guests from North America and Europe, is often linked to Bohemian Grove due to the overlapping membership and similar secrecy surrounding both gatherings. Critics allege that these groups serve as clandestine forums for world leaders and business moguls to make important decisions behind closed doors. In the realm of mystical traditions, the Bohemian Grove rituals appear to draw heavily from ancient mystery cults. These were secret religious societies in the ancient world that used initiation rites, secrecy, and esoteric symbolism. The Grove's cremation of care ritual, with its focus on purging worldly concerns, mirrors the cathartic rituals of these ancient cults, which aim to provide initiates with transformative spiritual experiences. The owl statue and the use of a mock human sacrifice in the cremation of care ritual also bear resemblances to ancient pagan practices. The owl, often associated with wisdom and knowledge in various cultures, was sacred to Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. The mock human sacrifice could be interpreted as a reference to ancient rites, where such sacrifices were believed to appease deities or ensure a prosperous season. The secrecy of Bohemian Grove's rituals and the powerful figures associated with the Grove have also led to comparisons with Freemasonry, a secretive fraternal organization with roots dating back to the Middle Ages. The Freemasons are known for their use of symbolism, initiation rites, and their emphasis on moral and spiritual development, which resonate with the practices observed at Bohemian Grove. Although there is no definitive evidence linking Bohemian Grove to Freemasonry, the similarities in their rituals and the overlapping membership provide fertile ground for speculation. The connection between Bohemian Grove and these secret societies and mystical traditions raises intriguing questions about the role of such rituals in the lives of the global elite. They suggest a world where power and secrecy intertwine with mysticism and ancient practices, a world that exists beyond the boundary of public scrutiny, shrouded in mystery and speculation. As the veil begins to lift, the rituals and practices of Bohemian Grove begin to take on an even more enigmatic aura. The Grove's main event, the cremation of care ceremony, is central to the understanding of its mystical traditions. Held at the base of the owl statue, the ceremony involves members, known as Bohemians, donning robes and carrying torches in a procession towards the lake. They carry with them a coffin, said to contain dull care, a symbolic embodiment of their worldly worries. The ritual is believed to be a form of catharsis, a purging of their concerns and anxieties to enable the Bohemians to enjoy their retreat unencumbered. The cremation of care appears to be a form of sympathetic magic, a process aimed at producing a desired outcome through imitation or correspondence. By symbolically burning their worries, the Bohemians may be seeking to manifest a similar release in their own lives. Another ritual, the Grove play or the High Jinks, is a theatrical performance with elaborate sets and an orchestra. Written and performed by the members, it typically involves themes of mythology, history, or political satire. The Grove play is a significant investment of time and resources, underscoring the importance the Bohemians attach to these rituals. Among the other less-known rituals and practices, there are reports of lakeside talks, where influential members share insights on a range of topics from politics to science. Described by some insiders as the Grove's most valued feature, these talks provide a unique platform for the exchange of ideas among the powerful. In addition to these rituals, there are also indications of the Bohemians involving themselves in practices known only to the inner circle of the Grove. There are whispers of other ceremonies, of unknown rites performed under the cloak of the Redwood groves, hidden from the gaze of the outside world. The rituals of Bohemian Grove, with their unique blend of theatrics, symbolism, and secrecy, paint a fascinating picture of an enclave where power and ritual converge. They hint at a deeper understanding of the world, a perspective shaped by the interplay of influence, secrecy, and ancient wisdom. The rituals and practices, far from being mere eccentricities, may hold profound significance for the members, serving as a potent reminder of their shared bonds and the power they wield. It is a world within a world, a place where the ordinary rules of society are suspended, where the influential gather to engage in rituals steeped in mystery and symbolism. A world cloaked in secrecy, where the pursuit of power intertwines with the quest for mystical transformation. While the rituals and traditions of the Bohemian Grove are shrouded in secrecy and mystery, the glimpses that have come to light have not been without their share of controversies and suspicion. The Grove, with its exclusive membership of the world's most powerful men, has been at the center of many conspiracy theories, allegations of plotting global policies, and even darker insinuations. Perhaps the most significant controversy surrounding the Grove revolves around its lakeside talks. Critics argue that these are not merely intellectual discussions, but clandestine meetings where world policies are decided upon by the elite, far away from public scrutiny. This belief has been fueled by the fact that some significant political decisions, like the Manhattan Project, have been traced back to discussions held within the Grove's confines. The Grove's strict no women policy has also been a subject of contention. This policy was challenged in the 1970s by a group of female protesters who called themselves the Bohemian Grove Action Network. Despite their protests, the Grove's male-only tradition remains intact, contributing further to its aura of secrecy and exclusivity. Further fueling controversies are the accounts of undercover journalists and whistleblowers who have managed to infiltrate the Grove. Alex Jones, a well-known conspiracy theorist, and John Ronson, a British journalist, separately infiltrated the Grove in 2000. They reported not just on the cremation of care ritual, but also hinted at darker, more sinister rituals, implying a form of occult practice. These reports, however, have been met with skepticism, with critics arguing that they are sensationalist interpretations of what are essentially elaborate theatrical performances. Then there are the whispers of even more obscure rituals, known only to the inner circle. Stories of cloaked figures, secret symbols, and esoteric rites echo the narratives of secret societies throughout history. These stories, while unverified, add to the allure and enigma of the Grove. The secrecy that surrounds Bohemian Grove has made it a fertile ground for conspiracy theories, allegations of misconduct, and speculation about sinister activities. Its rituals, while fascinating, have also been the subject of criticism and suspicion. The intersection of power, secrecy, and ritual at the Grove inevitably raises questions about transparency, accountability, and the nature of influence. The Grove, with its dark rituals and powerful membership, continues to be a puzzle, an enigma that invites both curiosity and caution. In the face of mounting criticism and suspicion, Bohemian Grove's secretive rituals have attracted the attention of religious and political powers, leading to allegations of suppression and persecution. While the Grove maintains that its activities are simply expressions of camaraderie, critics argue that the secrecy surrounding the rituals serves to conceal an underlying agenda. Historically, allegations of suppression have been leveled at the Grove by religious groups who view its rituals as blasphemous. The cremation of care, in particular, has been the subject of severe criticism from Christian organizations, which argue that the ritual's symbolic destruction of care is essentially a rejection of Christian values. These groups have expressed concern that such rituals might be a form of occult practice, potentially influencing the decisions of the politically powerful members within the Grove. Political suppression is another issue that has been associated with Bohemian Grove. Critics argue that the exclusionary nature of the Grove, coupled with its high-profile membership, creates an environment ripe for political maneuvering away from the public eye. This, they argue, undermines the democratic process by enabling policy decisions to be made behind closed doors, without the necessary checks and balances. There have also been allegations of information concealment, particularly around the activities within the Grove. Critics argue that the Grove's strict no-press policy and its reputation for secrecy serve to hide potentially controversial activities from public scrutiny. This has led to calls for greater transparency, with critics demanding that the Grove's activities be made public to ensure accountability. But despite the allegations of suppression, persecution, and concealment, Bohemian Grove continues to operate largely untouched. This is, in part, due to its influential membership, which includes some of the most powerful figures in politics, business, and the arts. These individuals, critics argue, provide the Grove with a degree of protection, enabling it to continue its activities without fear of reprisal. The accusations and counterclaims surrounding Bohemian Grove serve to deepen the mystery surrounding its activities. As the Grove continues to maintain its veil of secrecy, the debates around its dark rituals, exclusive membership, and alleged suppression of information continue to rage. The Grove, shrouded in obscurity, remains an enigma, a symbol of power and secrecy that continues to captivate and confound. Over the years, several attempts have been made to pierce the veil of secrecy that surrounds Bohemian Grove. Sometimes, this has taken the form of leaks from insiders who have shared their experiences and observations about the Grove's activities. At other times, it has involved the scrutiny of the Grove's symbols and texts, which some believe may reveal hidden truths about its practices and beliefs. One of the most significant whistleblowers in the history of the Grove is Richard McCaslin, a self-styled superhero who in 2002, armed with a shotgun, crossed the thin boundary of the Grove, intent on exposing its dark rituals. He was arrested and sentenced to prison, but his actions brought a renewed focus on the Grove and its activities. McCaslin claimed his purpose was to expose the human sacrifices he believed were taking place at the Grove, although no evidence of such practices was ever found. But it's not just individuals who have tried to expose the Grove's secrets. Investigative journalists have also played a role in bringing its activities to light. A prime example of this is Alex Jones, a controversial figure in investigative journalism, who infiltrated the Grove in 2000 and filmed what he claimed was a part of the cremation of care ritual. His footage, although grainy and of poor quality, further stoked the fires of speculation and conspiracy around the Grove. In addition to these revelations, some have sought to analyze the symbols and texts associated with the Grove to uncover its secrets. This includes the owl, a symbol prominently displayed in the Grove, which many believe is a symbol of the occult. This symbol, they argue, confirms the Grove's link to esoteric practices and beliefs, though the Grove's official stance is that the owl is merely a symbol of wisdom. But perhaps the most revealing source of information about the Grove is its own annals. Each year, a volume is published detailing the activities of the previous year's gathering. These annals, though intended for members only, have occasionally found their way into the public domain. They provide an intriguing, if incomplete, picture of the Grove's activities, from theatrical performances to guest speakers, and, of course, the cremation of care. Despite the efforts of whistleblowers, investigative journalists, and symbol analysts, the true nature and extent of the rituals at Bohemian Grove remain elusive. The Grove's policy of secrecy has largely been successful in keeping its activities hidden from public view. This, in turn, has only served to fuel speculation and mystery around the Grove, ensuring that it remains a subject of fascination and intrigue. As the Grove continues to operate behind its veil of secrecy, the debates around its activities and practices show no sign of abating. The Grove, it seems, is destined to remain an enigma, its mysteries hidden beneath layers of secrecy and intrigue. In recent years, the fascination with Bohemian Grove and its enigmatic rituals has permeated pop culture and modern society in various ways. The secretive nature of the Grove and its practices, along with the tantalizing glimpses revealed by whistleblowers and investigative journalists, has ignited the imagination of artists, authors, and filmmakers, leading to an array of interpretations, revivals, and adaptations. For instance, the world of literature has seen several fictional works drawing inspiration from the Grove. Novels like The Bohemian Grove and Other Destinations by James A. Hetley and Bohemian Grove Cult of Conspiracy by Mike Hansen weave tales around the Grove's mysterious rituals, offering their own speculative narratives on what transpires behind the Grove's secluded confines. Film and television have also explored the allure of the Grove. Cinematic productions like The Conspiracy and Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove reflect the public's fascination with the Grove and its enigmatic practices. These productions, while fictional, tap into the pervasive curiosity and suspicion surrounding the Grove, presenting their own imaginative interpretations of its dark rituals. In the realm of music, the Grove's rituals have served as inspiration for various artists. The band Midnight Odyssey, for instance, released a track titled Bohemian Grove, which delves into the mystique and secrecy associated with the Grove. The Internet age has further amplified the intrigue around Bohemian Grove. Online forums and social media platforms are rife with discussions, theories, and speculations about the Grove's rituals and its alleged ties to the occult. Digital platforms like YouTube have seen an influx of documentaries and exposés attempting to shed light on the Grove's activities. The Grove's influence extends even to video games. Titles like Illuminati, The Game of Conspiracy, and The Secret World incorporate elements of the Bohemian Grove mythology, showcasing the pervasive cultural influence of the Grove's enigmatic practices. These modern-day interpretations and adaptations underscore the enduring allure and fascination with Bohemian Grove and its rituals. They reflect society's relentless quest to uncover the truth behind the Grove's veil of secrecy, a quest that continues to captivate and intrigue to this day. The Grove's mystique, it seems, has permeated every facet of modern society, from literature and film to music and digital media, ensuring its place in the annals of cultural fascination. The impact of Bohemian Grove goes beyond the realms of popular culture and entertainment. It has subtly infiltrated our collective consciousness, shaping and influencing our perceptions of power, secrecy, and spirituality. The Grove's rituals, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, have sparked a fascination that has permeated our understanding and interpretation of spirituality and hidden belief systems. The Grove's rituals, with their alleged ties to the Druidic rites and ancient mystery religions, offer an alternative spiritual narrative that subverts mainstream religious doctrines. These rituals, steeped in secrecy and performed by some of the world's most influential figures, present a compelling allure, a forbidden knowledge that beckons to those seeking spiritual enlightenment outside traditional religious structures. This has led to a surge of interest in occult and esoteric practices, with many seeking to explore the hidden mysteries of the universe, spurred on by the enigmatic allure of Bohemian Grove. The Grove's rituals have also influenced our collective perceptions of power. The notion of the world's elite convening in secrecy, partaking in ancient rituals away from the public eye, fuels the belief in shadowy power structures operating behind the scenes. This perception has been further amplified by the secrecy surrounding the Grove, its members, and their activities. This has fostered a sense of mistrust and skepticism toward established institutions, and has reinforced the belief in hidden power dynamics and clandestine machinations. Furthermore, the Grove has had a profound impact on our understanding of secrecy itself. The Grove's strict code of silence, its secluded location, and the impenetrability of its membership have created an aura of secrecy that has become synonymous with the Grove itself. This has led to a heightened interest in secret societies, conspiracy theories, and hidden knowledge, fostering a culture of intrigue and suspicion. The influence of Bohemian Grove and its rituals on our culture, spirituality, and belief systems is undeniable. It has sparked a collective curiosity and a yearning for uncovering hidden truths. The Grove's mystique has left an indelible mark on our societal psyche, leaving us to ponder on the nature of power, the allure of secrecy, and the quest for spiritual enlightenment. Despite the myriad interpretations and speculations, the true nature of the Grove and its rituals remains an enigma, a tantalizing mystery that continues to captivate and intrigue. In the shadows of towering redwoods, amidst the hushed whispers of nocturnal creatures, the allure of Bohemian Grove persists, an enigma shrouded in tantalizing mysteries, a beacon for those drawn to the esoteric and the secretive. The rituals performed within its secluded confines, observed by some of the world's most powerful figures, offer tantalizing glimpses into an alternate realm of spiritual practice, far removed from mainstream religious doctrines. Despite the mounting interest and speculation, Bohemian Grove guards its secrets well. Its impenetrable veil of secrecy has only served to deepen the intrigue, fueling a surge in the exploration of occult and esoteric practices. The allure of the unknown, the promise of forbidden knowledge, continues to beckon those driven by an insatiable curiosity and a relentless pursuit of truth. The cryptic rituals of the Grove, often dismissed as mere theatrics, may bear profound esoteric connotations. These ceremonies, steeped in ancient symbolism, could potentially serve as conduits for spiritual enlightenment, gateways to arcane wisdom concealed from the uninitiated. They echo a universal yearning, an inherent human desire to transcend the mundane and venture into the unknown, to seek answers in the hidden recesses of existence. The Grove's enigmatic rituals also serve as a stark reminder of the pervasive influence of power and secrecy in our society. The seemingly invincible fortress of silence surrounding the Grove embodies the clandestine machinations of the world's elite, reinforcing the belief in covert power structures operating in the shadows. This perception, amplified by the Grove's shroud of secrecy, has fostered a climate of skepticism and mistrust towards established institutions. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of Bohemian Grove, we stumble upon a labyrinth of unanswered questions, a myriad of unexplored paths. The Grove's rituals, shrouded in secrecy and performed by some of the world's most influential figures, present a compelling allure, a forbidden knowledge that beckons to those seeking spiritual enlightenment outside traditional religious structures. In conclusion, the enigma of Bohemian Grove persists, an elusive puzzle that continues to captivate and intrigue. Its rituals, shrouded in secrecy and imbued with esoteric symbolism, offer tantalizing glimpses into an alternate realm of spiritual practice, a world cloaked in mystery, a world that continues to beckon those brave enough to venture into the unknown. Thanks for listening. This has been the Occult Knowledge Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.